want to be ranking WoW expansions based on the features that they've added to the game, because I think it's easy to get lost over the years in which expansions actually added which features, because we have the big features, right? Like, we know Draenor had garrisons, we know Legion had artifact weapons, like that type of thing, right? Or Dragonflight had dragon flying. But there's a lot of smaller ones. I think people forget which expansion added them. So I thought it'd be a fun tier list to go through and rank which expansion added some of the best features. So starting with classic vanilla WoW, which it's, you know, that's not an expansion. So I'm going to put it in the S tier because that added the base foundation that we needed for everything we're about to talk about. So then we get the Burning Crusade. And I pulled up some features here, and so Burning Crusade had flying mounts, which is, I would say, an extremely big one. Some people probably are going to be like, oh, I wish they never added flying though, right? So I guess you could say, even if you didn't like flying, that's still a major feature that was added to the game. Heroic dungeons were added in Burning Crusade, which I always kind of forget about because we've had heroic dungeons for so long, but it's easy to forget, like, oh yeah, it was Burning Crusade when those got added. Arenas were added in Burning Crusade. Daily quests, which, I mean, they are pretty prevalent, even if some people don't like them. I think back then there weren't as many daily quests, but now there's probably too many daily quests. Jewel crafting, socketed gear, and then obviously we had the Blood Elves and the Draenei added. So we actually had a wide variety of new features added. You had the flying mounts, which impacts like everybody, right? And exploration, we had dungeons and arenas and quests, and they really did impact like every single category with these features. And so I'm going to put Burning Crusade in the S tier. Like, I do really think that's a lot of features that are still in the game to this very day and being pretty impactful. Then we have Wrath of the Lich King. And Wrath of the Lich King added achievements, which I remember when achievements got added in because I made my WoW machinima about how to win in achievements, being like, Grets, and every time you do literally anything, guys like, Grets. But I mean, achievements became a big focal point of just World of Warcraft in general. Like, people are still doing achievements just to get achievements or get rewards or get so many different titles and different things. So they actually did become pretty big. When back in the day, I was just like, oh, they're just trying to reward you for doing dumb stuff. Kind of like Xbox achievements, right? Because I remember Xbox Live had achievements back then. Then we had Dungeon Finder, which some people hate it, some people love it, but it was added in Wrath, right? Inscription, cool. Phasing, that's right. Phasing was actually added in Wrath. I think they did a tiny bit of phasing in Burning Crusade, but like it really got amplified in Wrath of the Lich King. Vehicles they actually added in Wrath of the Lich King with things like Winter Grasp, right? We had siege weapons, and I remember that being a pretty big deal, but it was like one of those things where it's cool that it's a thing, but I don't know if it's very prevalent today. Like, we're not always using vehicles and stuff like that, but and then we also had, dual specialization. That's probably, honestly, out of all the ones I just listed, I think dual spec's probably the most prominent one on this list. But yeah, I would say Wrath is also S tier, to be honest. Like, dual spec, achievements, Dungeon Finder, phasing, those are all like critical things in the game. Like, vehicles and inscription, like, they're still in the game, but they're not as big. So, okay, yeah. Then we had Cataclysm. And Cataclysm added some interesting things that I forgot were even added in Cataclysm. So we had transmogs added in Cataclysm. I don't know why. I couldn't remember when transmogs were added to the game, but it was in Cataclysm. So that's big. That already gives it some points here. It added reforging, which, you know, guild levels. You know, I guess guild levels acted as like a catalyst to propel for future systems, even though we don't have guild levels. I did think guild levels were kind of cool though, but then we had archaeology, which is not being updated anymore. They added LFR. Yep, I mean, LFR's okay. Like, you know, I think people bash LFR all the time, and it's you know, it's okay, right? It's a nice little way to experience the raids in a chaotic setting. They obviously, you know, added the Cataclysm changing the world. That was pretty big. And void storage. So I would say, because a lot of some of those features like aren't even a thing anymore, I'd probably put it in the A tier. Like, it obviously transmog alone, I think, puts it in the A or the B tier, but I think the world revamp and LFR would bump it up to the A tier for me. And then all the other things, you know, like there's something, but they're either gone or forgotten or just nobody cares about them anymore. Mist of Pandaria. Hold on here. We had scenarios added in, which we don't really have those anymore. We had the Brawlers Guild, which is cool, and then they removed it, and now it's back. So, I mean, okay. They added flex rating, which I thought was interesting. I forgot that pretty much it was like set rate. It was like you got to bring this many people, but flex rating was actually added in Mist of Pandaria. That's actually a really big one. We had pet battles added, which, you know, pet battles have definitely fallen off in terms of things, but I mean, it was still a big feature that was added. Cross realm zones were added in Mist of Pandaria. That's actually a big one, because that's I think that's one of the ones where I think a lot of people, if you ask them, when did cross realm zones get added, there'd probably be some people that are like, actually, Mist of Pandaria was that. But like, I think most people would be like, I have no idea. And so, yeah, cross realm zones was actually Mist of Pandaria. That's actually crazy. I thought it was earlier than that. Like, if I would have guessed, I would have said cross realm zones were like Cataclysm. So yeah, wow. It also added, you know, like half hill farming, challenge modes, which I guess like challenge modes and scenarios kind of paved the way for a lot of our modern systems. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, it almost felt like a rough draft type thing. Like it probably helped with like Mythic Plus or just a lot of the systems we have today. Like they probably learned from those and like used it going forward. So I mean, those still were pretty impactful. I put it in the A tier. Yeah, I don't think it's S tier, but I would say that Pandaria was A tier. Warlords of Draenor. This is an interesting one because obviously we all remember garrisons, right? But Draenor added the collections tab, which is interesting. Obviously, that's just something we all expect now, right? Like, oh, my collections tab, right? But it added that. It added time walking, which is another big one. I mean, time walking is great. I love time walking. When we do our WoW mount stuff on stream, we always do time walking stuff, and it's fun to go back and do a lot of the older raids and stuff like that and get rewards for it. It added updated character models, which that's one where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't mind that they do it, but I love that old Warcraft goofy looking style, and sometimes we just kind of get away from that a little too much. Although these updated models weren't like terrible. Although this is when we had the whole thing with like the straight up orcs and the hunchback orcs. I'm pretty sure it was this. We also had Group Finder, which is very good, being able to just find groups. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, those are the big things. I mean, you know, they're pretty impactful, but at the same time, like nothing insane. Like the collections tab is cool, but it's not like, oh man, like there's still other ways we would have been able to do stuff. And time walking's cool. I mean, Group Finder is pretty big. I'd put Draenor in the B tier. It's like nothing really exciting, but it's nothing bad, right? Like nothing. But I guess garrisons are kind of bad. I'm putting Draenor in the B tier. If anything, garrisons knock them down a peg. All right, then we have Legion. Legion added some crazy stuff, actually. We had Mythic Plus added, which I think that alone, for a lot of people, is going to put it all the way up. World Quests. I forgot the World Quests were actually added in Legion. And then we had Artifact Weapons. We had the Order Halls. We had Demon Hunters added, right? We had the what's it called? Oh, the level scaling. We actually had level scaling added in Legion, which is interesting. I forgot that that was even a thing added in. I almost thought they added level scaling in sooner. Like, I thought it would be like Mr. Pandaria or something, but here we are. Or even like Draenor. I mean, I think you have to put it in the S tier. I mean, just for world quests and Mythic Plus alone. And then there's also features from Legion that people want more of, right? Like order halls, class halls. Like, people want those to come back, or artifact weapons. Although we kind of have like a branch of an artifact weapon, right? They're always like, here's your necklace, here's your cloak, right? So we kind of have artifact weapons, but yeah, Legion just added a lot of cool features. Battle for Azeroth. We added war mode, which, you know, that's the war mode's kind of like a product of cross-realm stuff, because right? So it's kind of like, do I want to go PvP? Do I not want to PvP? Like, war mode's all right. It's an interesting feature. I don't mind it. It is cool being able to be like, I want a PvP or I don't want a PvP, that type of thing. They added allied races. That's a pretty big one. That's probably the biggest one that came from Battle for Azeroth, to be honest. Heritage armor, war fronts, communities, and island expeditions. Ugh. You know, as much as I love Battle for Azeroth, I am still a Battle for Azeroth defender. I enjoyed that expansion. I think just from the music and the art and the aesthetic. I think that's what really does it for me. But like, in terms of features and a lot of things we got, I'd probably have to put it in the C tier, which pains me, because again, I don't know why, I love Battle for Azeroth so much. Like, it really has to be, I think, the art and the music for me. It was just like S tier vibes on that level. But man, from a gameplay feature perspective, there's like most of the features that got added in Battle for Azeroth are like abandoned now. Shadowlands. We had the Great Vault. That's actually good. I love the Great Vault. I think the Great Vault's a great system. It's fun always going to the little thing and being like, ooh, I get to pick out a piece of gear or whatever. I love that. I think it's great. We had Chromie Time. Cool. That's something. We had Torghast. Could have been cool. Covenants. Threads of Fate. Yep. I mean, I think you put it in the, I'd put it in the C tier. I mean, I'd put it below Battle for Azeroth. Because BFA at least had allied races and like war mode's still a thing, but like, and this is the like Great Vault, Chromie Time still, but like, man, so many of the systems from Shadowlands were just, in fact, a lot of our modern systems were them taking Shadowlands stuff and being like, how do we make this like not bad? So like, I won't put it in the D tier because it did actually kind of propel some of our modern systems that are kind of cool, like the new reputation systems and stuff like that. But man, that's another rough one. And those were back to back, man. That's a lot of not great features coming in. Then we have Dragonflight. And honestly, Dragonflight is kind of loaded. Like, we had dragon riding, sky riding, which some people aren't a fan of, but like, it's cool to have the option to do it back and forth with, you know, normal flying, dragon flying. And it's a pretty big part of the game now. So like, I would definitely say that's up there. We had the talent tree overhaul, which to me is like phenomenal, because I hated the old talent trees. They were just boring. There weren't a lot of options. And now it's just like, it's so much more fun having those old school talents, but revamped in a way where there's so many of them. And even if you're going to go down, you know, you look up a build on Icy Veins or whatever the shit, it's still just more fun to like be leveling up and getting points and spending those points and like being like, ooh, I can pop this thing and take this, or like, it's just, it's so much more fun to have that customizable talent tree with so many different options than just like, here's like 5 talents. Like, I just think it's so much better. I'm so glad they did that. We had the profession overhaul, which was definitely impactful, but I think the profession overhaul, to me, became a little too complicated. I think they could do with even some more, like, simplicity. But I do think it's good. Like, I'm glad that they worked on it and made it better, but I do think it needs to be a little more simplified in a way, because right now it's, you know, for me, it's a lot, but that was still a big thing. They overhauled the user interface. They added in cross-faction guilds, cross-faction instances, and renown improvements. So that's gotta be S tier. I mean, that's like, it's up there with all these. I'm kind of just not putting the top ones in order. I guess I should, but I mean, I think it would probably be like, if I had to organize these, maybe like Wrath, or actually, no, it probably, honestly, I think I'd do it like this. I think Legion's probably number one, then Dragonflight, Wrath BC, I think. So yeah. Either way, then we had the War Within. So War Within, we added Delves, which I love Delves, big fan of Delves. We added Warbands, which another big thought. Dude, Warbound gear has been so fantastic for just your alts. If you get something, you're like, oh, I can give this to my priest, or I can give this to my warrior, right? Or just different items, and like the Warbound bank. So you have like shared reputation, shared banks. They added in hero talents. I mean, honestly, I think I'd put War Within in the S tier. Like straight up, I think I would actually put War Within in the S tier. Like and you know what? I think I'd even put it, no, I think I'd put it at the bottom of the S tier, actually. I mean, Delves are big. It's pretty close with Burning Crusade and Wrath. But I think it does belong in the S tier. And then, WoW Midnight, we added player housing. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. We added player housing in the neighborhood system, right? We added the Haranir. I guess actually for a lot of these lists, I forgot to bring up like the different races or classes that they added as well, because we had like Death Knights and Wrath of the Lich King. We had Dragonflight was the Drakthir. Yes. I mean, they rebuilt Silvermoon. Now that I'm like looking at the features of WoW Midnight, I'm just like, they really just went all in on housing, I think. It's like, am I missing? I have to be missing something, right? They got, I'm looking at their actual World of Warcraft page. There's housing, neighborhoods, void invasions. Oh, here we go. We had void invasions. We had the prey system, Devourer, Demon Hunter, the Haranir, and housing. I mean, I really don't care that much about the prey system. It was cool for a bit, and now it's kind of whatever. The Haranir, they're all right, but, you know, housing, I mean, I think housing in itself kind of carries WoW Midnight. I'm not gonna lie. I think housing really does carry. To the point where I'm like, I think they put so much effort into housing, and housing is really cool, and I think housing is going to be a big part of the game going forward. So I actually would put it in the like lower B tier because of housing. Dude, if they didn't have housing, this expansion had something else, this would I mean, there would obviously be other stuff added, but I think Midnight is really carried by housing, and I think you can tell they put so much into it. But again, I think going forward, housing is going to be really a key feature of the game. So here we go. Honestly, we've had a lot of really solid expansions with features, and I didn't realize, dude, Dragonflight and War Within, to me, like when we look at this, I think they added the most features we've seen since Legion. Like genuinely, when you look at a lot of these and kind of go over everything, especially after BFA and Shadowlands barely added anything, like Dragonflight and War Within really did kind of change the game from a gameplay perspective and feature wise. So Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Would you move things around? What do you think? Let me know. I always like seeing what you guys say. So thanks for watching. If you want some more dumb tier lists, I'll put them up on the screen. I got a lot of them. And there's also a new pointless top 10 Knolls. You go check that out as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya.